He was an evangelist. He traveled all over the country. And he was in Charlotte, North Carolina, preaching a revival. And it was packed. Two young boys were walking by and they heard it. They walked up and they saw there were no seats. So they turned around and they began to walk back out. An usher saw it. Now, we know the name of the preacher. I may not remember it today, but they know the name of the preacher. But they don't know the name of the usher. But this unknown person who was serving that night as an usher saw those two young boys, teenage boys. And as they were walking away, he chased them down and he said, ho, I don't want you to leave. You don't have to leave. I'll find you some seats. They stayed for the remainder of the service. When the preacher gave an invitation to be saved, both of those boys got up from where they were seated. Both of those boys went down to the front, gave their heart and life to Jesus Christ. One of those young boys was named Billy Graham. The other young boy, I can't think of his name either, but he coordinated all of Billy Graham's meetings. They stayed together for decades, serving for decades. If it hadn't have been for an unknown usher that nobody remembers, those boys would have kept on walking and they'd have never heard the word. Sometimes we get into the house of God or in the service of the Lord in some capacity of ministry, and sometimes people look at those positions and they don't think anything of them. Yet, every one of those roles is vitally important. And you never know. But if it weren't for a greeter or an usher or somebody may not hear the gospel. And then they may not respond to the gospel. And they may go on about their life. But thank God for those that serve who aren't needing to be on a platform. But they serve because they love God.